Well, for this year, our expectations, the Chinese growth will reach to 6.1%. And by Chinese standard, historically, that's lower than average. But in the global standard, this is still among the highest in the world. Not let alone the Chinese economy is the second largest economy in the world. Going further, I think as we expected, next year the growth will slow down further to 5.8% in 2020. And even with that numbers, I think we consider this is a reasonable growth rate, or in other words, this is still within the reasonable growth rate range. As you know, you won't expect any of the economies, whatever the size, will grow continuously at 10 or 7 or 8% forever. So I think we are talking about the growth with the better qualities, with higher sustainabilities, and particularly relied on these days where more or less, more and more support the green growth, sustainable growth. 5.8 or any numbers around in that neighborhood, I think is reasonable.
Some analysts actually say that the weaker growth numbers in China and some of the weaker data points we've seen in the United States are encouraging both governments to work harder on a meaningful trade agreement. So there's a perverse effect that it's actually encouraging both countries to focus on getting this deal done. Would that be how you'd see it?
That is an interesting point, which I don't agree with that, because I know as we discussed earlier, the economic slowdown itself has its own reasons, this is true for both countries. But of course, I think the policy decision makers, they bear in their mind the economic consequences of these trade tensions, and certainly I don't think any of the leaders or decision makers would very much like the economic slowdown and achieve the other purposes. So it should be the other way around, and people try their very best to reduce the tensions, reduce policy uncertainties, so that the economic growth will grow. Economy will grow at its own pace.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.